Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone. Today we're making Girl Scout Thin Mint Cookie Cheesecake Cups. And these are actually made with Girl Scout Thin Mint cookies. I actually received these cookies from a friend of mine who lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, who is a Girl Scout leader, so make sure you support your local Girl Scouts. If you're unfamiliar with Girl Scout Thin Mints, those are chocolate mint flavored cookies covered in chocolate. And to start off with, you're going to need approximately 13 of these cookies, and you need to process them until they become fine crumbs. You could use a food processor for this, or even a blender, or if you have neither of those things, you could use just a Ziploc bag and maybe something like a rolling pin just to crush them up. So once they're all crushed up, you're going to put them into a bowl, and then to that add 2 tablespoons of melted butter or margarine, and stir that around until it is well combined. Now you're going to take a muffin tin, you're going to grease the muffin tin or use those paper liners or use silicone liners like the ones I'm using here. These were actually a gift from the same person who sent me the cookies. Her name is Gigi, and she sent them to me. I think it was a birthday present or a Christmas present. I can't remember now. So place 1 tablespoon of the cookie butter mixture into the bottom of each, and then just kind of pat them down just to make it firm and make it a little bit smooth. And this recipe is kind of nice because it only makes about 10 or so, depending how much you put in the bottom of each cup. And it's a nice small recipe, especially if you have a small family like mine. Set those aside, and now we're going to make the filling for the cups. You're going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese in a large bowl, and the cream cheese should be softened at to room temperature, and that's a half a cup of white sugar. Then blend those things together until it is smooth and creamy. Now my cream cheese is a little bit on the cool side, so it took a little bit longer to do. And you'll notice I have a new mixer here. This is a KitchenAid mixer. I used to have a Hamilton Beach mixer, but it died, and it died about 2 days past the warranty period. I had it for about a year. So blend that together. There we go. The cream cheese and sugar is nicely combined. Then to this add 1 egg and 2.5 tablespoons of buttermilk. If you can't find buttermilk or don't have buttermilk on hand, you can make your own by combining vinegar and regular milk together. And if you Google buttermilk substitute on the internet, you will find the proportions that you need to make this. Then continue to beat this until it is very smooth and silky, and don't forget to scrape down the sides of the bowl as you go. Then take that mixture and fill up the cups until they're just about full. And you don't have to worry too much because these puff up a little bit, but will not overflow like a cupcake batter would. Then you're going to place these into a preheated 300-degree Fahrenheit oven and bake them 25 to 30 minutes until they are cooked through and set. That means when you touch them, they feel solid. They don't feel like there's liquid in the middle. These will not get very brown, however. They'll just be a tiny little bit of brown. While these are baking, you can chop up an additional 4 or 5 cookies to use as a garnish. Just coarsely chop them with a sharp knife. These little cheesecakes are topped with a chocolate ganache. A ganache is basically melted chocolate and cream that's been combined together. That's 1/4 cup of chocolate chips that have been melted in the microwave for about 35-40 seconds or so. And then I'm adding a tablespoon of milk and stirring that around, and just stirring it until it is smooth. The original recipe asked for cream. I didn't have any on hand, and the original recipe asked for 2 to 3 tablespoons, and I don't like it to be that runny, so I just used the 1, but that's going to be up to you. There are the cheesecakes out of the oven and cooled for about 15 minutes, and originally they were kind of mounded up, like they had kind of puffed right up, but when they cool, they do sink a little bit. And as you can see, they don't get really brown. Now to remove these from the silicone liners, I'm just kind of gently peeling it away, and then they just kind of pop right out. You can leave them in the liners if you want. You don't have to remove them. And to garnish, I'm just adding about a tablespoon of the melted chocolate and milk mixture and some of the chopped up cookie. And there is the completed mini cheesecake. Now I'm just cutting into one to show you the texture. You get the nice, smooth, creamy cheesecake with a little bit of a crunch in the bottom with the cookie. It has a very light mint to it. They are delicious, and you can eat them in about 4 bites, which for a dessert after a big heavy meal is perfect with coffee. A great way to use up some Girl Scout Thin Mint cookies. Give them a try. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. What you're looking at right now are brownies made with Girl Scout Thin Mints. These were made by a friend of mine. Her name is Beth, and she has a YouTube channel called Cooking and Crafting. She does some great recipes and some very cool crafts on her channel. If you're interested in making these brownies, I will put a link to her channel in the description box, as well as on the screen, so you just have to click on it to go to that recipe. If you enjoy my channel, you will love hers too, I guarantee it. So don't forget to subscribe while you're there. Bye-bye.